Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the New York Knicks up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, we've got Nicholas Claxton. Buddy Hield is out there with Shepard. Then it's Simmons. And it's Thibault in at the 3. Well, we've seen some teams, Greg, stumble out of the gate to begin this season, still trying to find their footing, getting some traction.
And when you're not meeting expectations, the pressure ramps up. But as a team, you can't let it get to you, especially with time to turn things around.
And Simmons is right there.
Yes, he has the size, but you also have to be willing to be alert and active on the offensive glass. Ben Simmons, always a willing participant.
Now, here's Hart. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Towns finds Hart. For 3, Bridges. The rebound by Shepard. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Hield can't hit. Brunson surveying the D. All sorts of time, and he knocks down the jumper.
I think in today's NBA, you've got to be a 3-level scorer. The midi is good for Jalen Brunson.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. When Karl Anthony Towns was brought up, coach immediately chimed in, saying, yeah, the thing about Towns is the sheer size that he brings. Our guys will have to be physical and make him uncomfortable around the basket to have success. Physicality and aggressiveness will be the key. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Second round pick back in 2018.
Simmons with a little flair and flash. Let him feel all of your basketball ability, Ben Simmons.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Brunson with it, outguarded by Simmons. Towns, the pass to Brunson. Into the lane, and he uses the glass on the layup. Brunson's got 7 points in the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Three-pointer, Hield. Rebounded by Hart. New York has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
The vertical of OG Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
Shepard with the ball. Brunson covering. Simmons inside. He's against Bridges. Simmons can't get it to go.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
To the middle, here's Claxton, and it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons.
Wow, Nick Claxton bullying his way to the cup. You love to see it.
Pass to Towns. Now, Anunoby. And too long on the shot. Here's Shepard. Brunson covering. Shepard, the pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, this is what you want your big to do. Set a quality screen and then be opportunistic on the catch.
New York trailing, and the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. This time they met in New York.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Nice shot by Yabusele. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. Well, head coach Mike Brown taking over this season for New York. He's well aware of the pressure to win a championship, with the Knicks fresh off an Eastern Conference Finals run. But he said this is the kind of pressure you want as a coach, having a chance to win big, and he's excited for the challenge.
You know, you got to respect that mindset. Thank you very much for the report there, Shams. Most appreciated.
attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Milton following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Clarkson. That one wide left.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Pass to Clowney. It's up a 3. Robinson pulls it in. And Milton's got the ball here for the Knicks. 4-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Knicks trail by 4. Now Clarkson. 9-point game his last outing. Over Fultz. Can't hit the step-back jump shot. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Ben Simmons is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Hield. Then there's Shepard, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
Here's Brunson after Ben Simmons' bucket. Anunoby passes to Towns. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, battling hard. That's an impressive move by Towns. He'll go to the strike.
Zador's with his diverse offensive repertoire. Karl Anthony Towns is a matchup nightmare.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the reason being, he's right. He's one of the greatest shooting bigs in history, but the man is a great straight-line driver. Good luck checking him.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Kevin?
Thank you, Allie. It's the Nets now, following the score by New York. Here's Hield. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Knicks trail by 4. Runs in the pass to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
And it's Thybulle in the corner. Here's Shepard. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
New York calls timeout. You know, Doris, it's an ongoing debate, but some believe that the game is better today than ever before. I think it is. What about you?
Well, Kevin, despite what you might hear from players from prior generations, I 100% agree with you. Each and every year, we seem to be setting a record for the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. The players have never been more skilled. We lean heavily into analytics. It's in a perfect place.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for Buddy Hield. If we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, Doris, it started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
The Knicks making a switch here. McBride's checked in. Nets leading by 3. Pass to Shepard. From deep. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, the defense has got to find a way to keep Claxton off the backboards because this is just a mental mistake, letting him get to that board.
Brunson with it. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
Then let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
The Knicks have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Towns. Ersan Yabusele comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Clarkson in for Bridges. That one drops for him. Simmons got 14 points for the game.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
And McBride gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Simmons slams it in.
Ben Simmons playing fearlessly and getting to all the spots on the floor he's comfortable in.
And stolen by Thibault. And again, it's Ben Simmons. And now a 7-point Nets lead.
This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
Basket good.
Well, Jordan Clarkson, a nice, efficient look there. Boy, that'll help your percentages.
And the first time out called of the game for Brooklyn. And going back a bit, the Nets regaining a lot of their draft picks, Doris, from the Rockets. One of the more interesting trades that we've seen.
Well, they gave away a ton of those picks to acquire James Harden when they believed they had a championship window. And now in recovering them, Brooklyn able to benefit from the draft to try to position themselves for that all-important rebuild.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Williams has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give.
Well, you can give them a steady diet of pick and roll because if Jordan Clarkson gets downhill, it's trouble.
Here's Bull. Misses the 3. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Up again, and Robinson is right there. Robinson's got his first points of the night.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Williams passes to Bull. They get it again.
That's Fultz doing the job with his athleticism. This guy can be a very good offensive rebounder.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's McBride. Knocks down the 3 ball. McBride's got his second bucket tonight. Nets leading by 3. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Outside Williams. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Williams has got a pair of triples in the second now for Brooklyn. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Brooklyn. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. It's easy to see the effect he's had on his teammates. He's been the catalyst for them. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Love to see a team grind for those offensive boards. They're doing the dirty work and converting those extra possessions into points. It's got to be demoralizing for the defense at this stage.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
And their defense has been an absolute disaster, offering little to no resistance, allowing the other team to walk all over them. They need to show way more fight in the second half, or they're going to get trampled.
And that's going to do it for us here. The Second half of action is coming your way.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. They've got OG Anunoby. Towns is out there with Hart. Then it's Bridges, and it's Brunson in at the point. Brooklyn leading by 6. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Anunoby. And he finishes the break with a lay-in.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
And when you watch OG Anunoby, what stands out most to you, Doris?
Oh, Kevin, you can't make me pick just one. I mean, this guy is elite on the defensive end of the floor. He's always going to give you great effort. And you better look out on the offensive end. OG Anunoby is starting to become a problem.
Here's Brunson after Ben Simmons' bucket. Towns up top, defended by Thibault. 11 feet away. The rebound by Shepherd.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Simmons dishes to Heel. No good with the triple.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Heel, following the score by New York. To the paint, here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Now you see the size of Ben Simmons on a roll situation, so effective at 6'10".
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Bull. He's checked in for the Nets. And Bull sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Bull uses it to perfection to block shots.
Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Karl-Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. Back to you guys.
They are relentless. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. And a chance here to check out some stats for Jalen Brunson. The Knicks have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Here's Brunson. Brooklyn with the rebound. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Here's Shepherd. That shot off. Towns with the defensive effort. Inside, here's Milton. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Brownie's checked in. And Zaire Williams is in for Matisse Thybulle. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Robinson's checked in. Three-pointer Heel. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, you can't buy a bucket. Shut out completely so far, and yet they're still ahead.
Shots good by Clarkson.
Boy, the vision of Jalen Brunson is something to behold. This guy, an elite passer.
Here's Shepard. Scoreless thus far. Sinks the triple.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Pass to Robinson. Now Milton. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
And it's Shepard missing.
How about this? He cannot find his rhythm in this period. This has been tough sledding.
Brunson, no good. Nets leading by 5.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Left side, Clarkson. No good off the back of the rim. Stolen by Robinson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Nets lead by 5.
46.
And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Demons out there with Fultz. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Bull. And it's Simmons in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Tremendous focus right there from Karl Anthony Towns. Shrugs off some pretty good defense and converts.
From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Anunoby, here we go. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Here's Bridges. Bull making his last shot. Bridges passes to McBride. Back to Bridges. Towns kicks to Bridges. 6 to shoot. Towns against Simmons. And stolen by Simmons. To the wing on the left. Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
Wow, Markelle Fultz finishing with power. This guy's confidence growing and growing.
Knicks trail by 7. New York takes timeout. After seasons of speculation and drama, Doris, Ben Simmons seems to finally be settling in.
And Kevin, maybe his career doesn't look perhaps the way many people expected it to be. But what we know is this guy is a confident, well-sized, highly skilled defensive player and a highly skilled passer. And listen, you got to get past the noise sometimes.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for New York. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years, loading up for a title run, and they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building, you give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and of course you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit. Will they?
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Shepard's checked in. Pass to Bull. And here's Fultz. Bull kicks to Thibault. Back to Bull. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Fultz, no good.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing. The ability to alter shots on the perimeter, that was beautiful.
Thibault, the pass to Simmons. Over in the corner, Shepard. No good from Simmons.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
Anunoby finds Brunson. Down low. And Towns throws it down.
How about the calm demeanor of Towns? Well made for pressure situations.
Shepard, the pass to Simmons. And here we go, the fast break. Brunson's got it. Oh, the speed from Brunson in transition.
One of the best clutch players in the entire league. Step up, Mr. Jalen Brunson.
Shepard, the pass to Simmons.
New York foul. OG Anunoby. First personal foul. Team second.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Clarkson, he's checked in for Bridges. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Boy, Ben Simmons, one of the most highly scrutinized players in the NBA. But I don't think you can doubt any of his defensive abilities. Cross-positional and big-time asset on that end.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Bol Bol. And Hield subbed in for Markelle Fultz.
Some big-time stuff at the line. But, hey, listen, this is what we have come to expect from him.
Simmons can't get it to go. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 9-1 run right now. They now take the lead. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Center stage with the game and the balance. Jordan Clarkson, no problem.
Hield outside. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Simmons slams it in.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Right at the free throw line. And the rejection by Claxton. You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Now Shepard. Stolen by Anunoby. And they're moving it up. Yes!
Listen, we've seen Josh Hart deliver in big moments before. The pressure doesn't bother him.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 1.
Let's go, everyone.
19 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
For your Brooklyn Nets.
Now here's Hield. to the inside. Claxton. Thibault, the pass to Claxton.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Foul. Third team foul.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Nicholas Claxton. Two fouls.
And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
Always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high percentage look if that's at all possible.
Towns finds Anunoby. From deep, Brunson. Count it!
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.